So this exact time, 2 months ago, I went a trip to Tweean Rehabilitation Center for Disabled Children. I was made aware of the unbalanced accessibility provided towards the deaf community as a whole. Now, to time a little story together, I'll need a fairy tale ending, right? Like me returning and making a spell to remove any and every disability in the world. But the reality is that accessibility in Vietnam and in other worlds as well has always been a huge problem. Did you ever notice these ties on the winding pavement every day? These are top-tie paving designed to provide a fully safe and obstacle-free course for blind people. Yet in Vietnam, due to the lack of awareness on these ties, vehicles usually tread over them, making them completely useless. I was only made aware of this last week and it troubled me ever since. Especially now, I want to direct your focus to facilities made for deaf people. Right now on your devices, open TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. What do you see? Auto-generated captions from YouTube usually contains inaccuracies, and TikTok doesn't have any subtitles at all. And this is the most common example of deaf people not having the same access to information, and there's not really any official facilitation made for them, unlike the tap-tie paving for blind people. Therefore, deaf people have immense difficulty in accessing and gaining resources. And it's not hearing impaired people that are affected. Non-verbal and speech impaired people are affected as well. And now, what if I tell you that with an app, we can obscure this line between disabled and able bodies forever? So this is where V2T, an app for interpreting audio into sign language, comes into play, and I believe it has endless potential for creating a more open and inclusive world in the 21st century. Now, V2T is first and foremost free. I want to make the app as accessible as possible to everyone all around the world without financial difficulties. The app also comes with a premium feature in the form of charge subscription monthly, but I'll come back to it later. So how it works is just like your good old Google Translate, right? You need a place to input your audio in, and users can choose to do this in 1 in 3 ways. First, you can use the import and upload features, where users can upload their own videos from their libraries, whether it be a conversation from coffee dates, or university lectures, or even business voice memos. And also includes a space where users can attach a link to their respective videos on social media platforms like YouTube and TikTok and others, so on. Additionally, V2T also provides the camera feature to help users record the videos in real time and upload it immediately. So how it works is V2T will come up with a series of video transcript utilizing natural language processing. NLP can listen to and understand video transcript. And therefore, if we use motion capture technology as well to record a professional sign language interpreter, we can use that data to create a digital character. So the input, users will expect a fully synthesized AI-produced video of a digital character doing the sign language movement based on the audio that was just inputted by the users. Now, to be able to build a large database, V2T can use to trace back to, there has to be methods to source both the input and the output. So firstly, I want to partner up with sign language experts in schools and organizations. And the first organization that comes to mind is RID, Registry of Interpreters for the Deaf. This is an organization that provides certificates for professionals in the field and ensure that they meet the standards required. Also, UIUC in Washington, D.C., known for its wealth of professional interpreters, is a school that we would love to partner up with as well. To ensure, we would use more resources like this public domain resources, American Sign Language Dictionary, and also user-generated content with the user's consent, of course. To ensure an up-to-date and accurate output, I will implement machine learning algorithm trained on professional data to spot inaccuracies and also continuously learning and updating the app. Now, for the target customers, I've made it into 4 values. And firstly, for the demographic, the age is of course every and any age group. But if there were to be a particular focus, I'll say it beyond 50 to 25 younger individuals who are more likely to use mobile apps and also are more tech savvy. And social groups, will be on individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing, anyone who may need to communicate with them, and also individuals who need to use sign language because of speech impairment conditions. I'll target economic groups to be lower to middle income people who doesn't have access to the traditional sign language interpretation services like interpreters and families with financial difficulties. And location will be universally where there are more regions where there are more users using sign language. I've also researched on the psychographic and behavioral of this target customer, but for the sake of time, you can ask me more about it in the Q&A. So after I really dug deep, I found out that users who use V2T will have a motivation of wanting to include, foster a sense of belonging and inclusion, and having equal access to all aspects of life. To counteract both new market and new competitors and already prominent existing apps in the oversaturated market, I will utilize ASO, App Store Optimization, to improve V2T's visibility and ranking in the Google search. Also, with content marketing and direct marketing, I believe that by directly marketing the app to organizations that support the cause, it's more likely to find affiliates and volunteers that are willing to help with the cause. Finally, we've reached a financial model that I've devised and also have appendices that contain projections for revenue and a number of users in the next 3 years. As you can see, I already asked for a budget of $50K USD to develop and run the app in 5 months. I only attributed $20K for the app's development because I would like to call for a lot of volunteers and partner up with organizations in a smart way to attract like-minded organizations to help with the cause and share the burden of cost and fees. Here are all of the assumptions for the marketing. The cost for each month in preparing for the event is only $800 with 2 events per month. That's because I want to find events that are already running with communities and organizations that help with the same cause and co-work with them. Because I believe these are more beneficial than standalone events and I can find more affiliates that way. As for revenue, you can see that the cost for subscription each month is only $1 because I want to test out the conversion rate and invite more potential users in the field. Now, you may think that my idea is a bit too ambitious, and you can see that I'm the only one pitching individually right now, but I believe that it shows my courage and dedication in the business. Though V2T still has its shortcoming and is definitely no fairy tale in the book, I believe as it continues to evolve and innovate technology, it will revolutionize communication and accessibility in the world. As Tim Berners-Lee says, access by everyone regardless of their disability is an essential aspect. Its potential for blurring away communication barriers forever is game-changing, and I am excited to see the impact V2T will bring to the world in the years to come. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ling, for your presentation. And now, the judge, I think that you have a lot of questions to ask her. Please raise the prompt. Yes, Mr. Alex.
Hello. Yeah. First of all, thank you for a great presentation and solution. I've been involved and tried to build something similar 5 years ago and miserably failed. And so my first question is, which market you targeting? Is it Vietnam, Southeast Asia, or other markets, other countries? And my second question is, could you maybe tell a little bit more about tech stack of your solution and what you plan to do? Because in my experience, data accuracy, data set accuracy is one of the challenges that you will face.
Firstly, thank you for the questions.
The market that you are targeting.
Okay. So, of course, I would like to start off first in Vietnam because the problems that I faced in the communication barriers when I went to that trip in Thuy An challenged me, and I thought about it for days. And of course, I would want to start off in Vietnam first and really kind of explore the market and see what I can really do with my app, and if its potential keeps on expanding, and with the situation and stuff, I will expand it to other countries as well. And I will specifically target regions where, of course, there are more sign language users, and especially because I want to utilize ASL, which is American Sign Language, I would like to target American audiences as well. And for the second question,
It's about the accuracy of the data.
About the inaccuracy, I want to implement machine learning algorithms. Machine learning algorithms can be trained to spot inaccuracies and spot errors in the output, and I will also put like a feedback box where users can feedback directly to the app, and I will consider that and continuously updating the app, so and to ensure that there are minimal amounts of inaccuracies in every output, as much as possible.
I just have one advice. If you focus on Vietnamese market, make sure you use Vietnamese sign, whatever sign language they use here, because you mentioned that you want part of American sign language is great. There are solutions out there, but maybe Vietnamese people do not understand it. Sign languages are different.
I agree. Thank you for your question.
And Mr. David, you have a question?
Yeah, Tim and I have the same question, and then an add-on is, have you done any market research on your competitors or potential competitors out there? We'd like to know. And then the second question is, maybe it's, there was this vice versa language you had in there. So you said, like, when somebody uses sign languages, then I know what they're saying, right? But then, when I talk to them, I could just text them, right? Be like, hey, they could read the words. So this would seem like we don't need the vice versa feature. We just need to know sign language to Vietnamese, or sign language to, right? So anyways, that was the second part, is I'm trying to point out, do we need vice versa, is a question. So first question, competitor. Second, maybe it's just a one-way feature. Do you need the vice versa feature?
So about the competitors, I've researched a lot about this, and there has been projects and organizations that are already implementing and doing much of the things that I'm doing right now. For example, Signap's AI, which has been developed by a team of deaf people, and it's really great, but it's still in development, and it's still running, and it's really great. But like, I feel like with the speed of it updating right now, we need a more kind of fast-paced app to take over the market, because this problem needs to be solved as fast as possible, in my opinion. Competitors there are the Hand Talk app, or the Hand app, which has been in the App Store for quite a while, but after a lot of reading feedbacks, I found out that the apps are largely unreliable, and the feedbacks have been horrendous. Actually, everyone told us not to use that app because it contains a lot of inaccuracies, and that is something that I want to change in my app. I don't want it to have inaccuracies, and I really want to help out the deaf community, so that is my goal to change with V2T. Also, sorry. Oh yeah, the vice versa. So actually, last week I went to a festival, and there were deaf people there making ice cream. And I just wanted to say something to them, like, thank you for making this amazing ice cream, thank you for your contribution. But then when I turned on the app and kind of type it out, it was very exhausting, and I couldn't really convey my entire message. So with the vice versa feature, I feel like it could really include everyone's needs of communicating, instead of just making it one way. Even though it might take more time, more development, and even more funding, but I feel like with just the inclusion, it's better.
Thank you so much, George, and also Ling, for your presentation. Big congratulations to the final presentation, and you must say thank you to all the team members who come here to record the videos of you being on the stage. And everyone, the presentation of Ling also is the end of the presentation part in the morning. Again, please make a big applause